How's it going, you guys? Hope you guys are doing really well. All right, so wanted to come in and show off some really exciting stuff. Got the Labor Day sale coming up next week. Or is it next week? When is it, Jorge? It's next week? I think it's the first week of September. Anyways, Labor Day weekend, and we've got something cool. So, got a few new products wanted to show off. Show them off yesterday during the live session with Habib. If you guys follow us on Twitch, but really pumped about this because for the longest time, for those of you guys that know, we've had our traditional nail forms that have been awesome. I mean, slow and length, active length. I mean, these have been absolutely badass. But I'm excited because, dude, these are coming. I mean, these are burly. You guys can see the actual length. I mean, it's like a flying saucer ship, whatever, man. Fully alien. Look how long that is compared to these. They're sweet because they actually have the lines. If you guys are actually doing certain shapes, and they're cut out here on the edges so that you could create more of a real pipe or square shaped form, that they don't get caught up on the edges of the nail while you work. But I just wanted to demonstrate these to show you guys how well they work. So what I've been playing around with it, and I still like to take the tab. Let me go ahead and switch this around. What I like to do is just get that tab and then switch it around, and then the nice thing is you can open them up, and then you have the opportunity of actually working them in here. You can see how square you could get them, or if you choose, what you can do is you can pinch the middle. You can just pinch the middle tab right here, and then what this will do is it'll hold the shape in form. I didn't prep the nail. I just wanted to show you guys how awesome these are. And then what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to fit these, as you guys can see, really tight along the edges. And then once you have the form on the sides here, there's a couple of, you'll be able to secure it from the bottom here, and then also from the front, right? So which is fantastic. You can see how long. I mean, these are really long forms. So for those of you guys that have been waiting for forms like this, we finally are bringing them to market. I mean, again, are you going to be doing a lot of sets like this? It all depends on what you guys are going to be working with. But again, for those of you guys that are working and are struggling with certain shapes, you will notice that the lines on the form are there, right? So that you guys can actually get them out to the certain length you desire. Again, when you are working on these forms, just like any form that you're going to be working on, you want to be able to get a consistency that's not going to run all over the place. So what I do is I would submerge my brush and try to get this inside, and you guys are going to notice that when I pick up a bead, I can get something massive. I'm going to go ahead and drain this, and then what this is going to do is it's going to allow me, to fall off my brush. Just make sure. Hold on for 1 second. That's why. I have acetone in my dish. I have acetone inside my dish. Forgot to empty it out. Give me 2 seconds. I was like, that is way too fast. I was using it as a brush cleaner yesterday, and I forgot to empty it out. I just dispensed it. Okay, so again, if you submerge your brush and you pick up a really, really nice bead, and then you go ahead and you drain this out, then what you're going to notice is that when I go ahead and set this to the edge of the form, it's not going to run everywhere. It's just going to have a really, really nice self-leveling aspect. The cool thing about these forms is you'll notice that I have quite a bit of room to work with, especially if I'm going to be building really square sides. I'm just not, it's funny, I'm so used to working with our standard forms. It's crazy how long these edges are. But what you will be able to do is you will be able to build some monster length. For those of you guys that are into creating tips that are extremely long, you're going to be able to do that with these forms. These are going to be launching Labor Day weekend. Really excited about getting them to market. You'll notice again, once we actually have the shape of our free edge, then we can go ahead and build it. But you can see how dead square that I'm going to be able to build it down, right? It doesn't break away from the edge, which I like. And then again, I mean, depending on how long you want to be able to go, you will be able to build them out. I'm just going with dead squares. You can see if I decided that I wanted to work the cuticle area, then again, what we need to do is I'm not going to drain anything. I would just pick up the bead, I would wait a few seconds, and then I would kind of just around 4 seconds or so, I'd kind of set this down and start letting it take its run down towards the tip. And then what I would do is lightly start feathering it really from the edges. You can see how I'm really starting to bring that down. I'm letting everything kind of flow. It doesn't flow into the cuticle area. What ends up happening is it flows down the side towards the tip. And then I'm really kind of brushing everything down. I'm allowing the product to self-level into place, putting a lot of pressure on the front end of the bead as it starts to move towards the tip. And you can see as I start brushing it down, I get really, really tight edges along the side. You can see from the side profile as I start working down, it'll shape the upper arch into the form that I want, right? And then what I can do, once I actually have that structure built out, especially for here, I need to lay a bead down like almost in between this line, between this bead and then this free edge. So I'll go ahead and submerse. I'm going to get a lot of product, bounce, bounce, bounce. I do want it to level, so I'll just give it a couple seconds before I go ahead and set it down. Now what I'm going to do, notice that I actually just brush it back into, and then what it leaves me with is enough product to use the body of my brush just to kind of walk it all the way down to the very, very edge. And I would do the same thing. So for those of you guys that are building much, much longer nails, it's easier to start from here and work all the way down, because as you're building down, as you can see, you're going to be able to fill in space. If there's a little bit of a gap, you can see the angle of my brush that I'm actually holding, right? I'm here. I'm not going to be super flat. I'm up here like that, right? So just wipe my brush. You can see as I'm angling my brush up, everything kind of tapers down towards the free edge, which we want to be able to do. That's the really nice thing about the length of these forms is we would be able to build some really tight, square nails that run really straight down, because the length of the form wasn't able to do that with these, because again, like if I'm pre-pinching it, just go ahead and place this on the bottom. You'll notice if I kind of pre-pinch the forms even to here, right, I'm only able to get it a certain length, which is fine, active length, right? That's fine. I can get it from here to here, but then it starts to bow down. Even if I was to pucker, like if I was to take a regular form and then, so like even if I was to just kind of square off that tip here in the front, like the longest I would be able to go, right, is that. And it's still like I would have to pucker the front end to get it to be as wide. I mean, you can see like from here to here, that's the length. I built out the length of the form, and it's like it's not going to taper. It's going to stay completely straight all the way down the edge. So really excited. It's, you know, something that's been, it's funny. I just got a text message from Yolande, our distributor in South Africa. She's like, it's about time. It is about the time. It's about time. So pumped about that. You know, and they're super, super sticky. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and tear this off because it is. So if you have enough time and you've built enough shape, then what you would be able to do is take a wooden dowel or even maybe the back of a brush and just kind of wrap it around here as I'm working all the way down. That's going to ensure that we could get a really, really tight C-curve all the way through. It's going to be nice. I'm really, really excited about it. Very hard to pinch here on the plastic, but, you know, again, as you guys are working and experimenting, and for those of you guys that really want to perfect this type of a length, you will really be able to get things built out in great form using that. So really, really excited about that. I'm not going to file this into shape. I just wanted to really show you guys that. Another thing that we have coming out with, which is really awesome. I just wanted to showcase these colors. I'll work with them. I'm going to come in tomorrow and do some design work just to show you. But we had a couple color powders that we're bringing. So this is funny because they wrote this. This is Wizard Knickers and Adult Daycare. So these were samples that were brought up to me. Perfect for the fall. One is a really, really kind of silverish gray color, and then like this burnt orange color. I'll show you what they look like. I'll just go ahead and place it on here. This has a combination, as you can see. It's like a grayish, it's like kind of a grayish blue glitter all the way through. This is going to be hot for, this will be hot for fall. Really loaded with intense micro glitters, which makes it extremely easy to pick up. You can see that I can grab a massive amount with my brush as I'm working. So I'll just go ahead and set this here on top. That way I can actually see what the color looks like. Then I'll do the same thing with the other color as well. Okay, so boom, as you can see, it's awesome. Yeah, so these again are launching same time. We just had a Tracy worked with the team to create these colors so that we could have something new for Labor Day weekend. So combination between some color powders and some glitters that are going to create some really nice fall colors moving right into September and October. I like it. Looks good. Pumped. Really, really excited about the Labor Day sale. That's going to, again, start Labor Day weekend. You'll see me working with the forms. I'm going to be doing a lot of work with them. A lot of you guys who are excited about building longer nails, you don't need to cut them anymore. You know, and here's the cool thing. This actual is like, I think this is like 300. So they're going to be in a roll of 500. It's going to be a pretty burly roll. So I'm excited. They're launching again Labor Day weekend. Make sure to get them online or through your authorized distributors that will be carrying them. And then if you guys have any questions, again, hit me up. I'm always here to help. I'll be in tomorrow morning doing another live session. We'll go through some work with the new colors. I'm focusing on acrylic this week. I'll show you guys how to cap them, use them in a design. We could do some shaping as well, and to just focus on really, really good fundamentals. Appreciate you as always. Appreciate your time. Love you much. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great one. Peace.